2 months of being an absolute lazy turd. Maybe if I sneak by, they won't see me and won't notice. Hopefully it worked. Alright, on a serious note, welcome back to another video, y'all. I know it's been a crazy long time since I made a video. I apologize for that. I'd go in depth as to why, but honestly, you guys aren't here for that. So, yeah, anyway, I just wanted to kind of discuss my thoughts since Season 4 just wrapped up, and now we're on to Season 5. And actually, this is, 2 days after Season 5? So you can tell that I've kind of done a little bit of a rework on my Spartan and customization, because thankfully with Season 5, which we'll get into later on a Season 5 video, you can cross-customize helmets now. So I've got my Mark 5 on a Mark 7, pretty clean. I think it looks really dope. When they implement the rest of the armor customization cross-core compatibility, it's going to look even cooler. But anyway, that's why I look a little bit different this time around, and we're not looking like, you know, how we have in the past. But anyway, getting into it. Season 4, my thoughts. What did I think? What was the good? What was the bad? What was the kind of mediocre? Well, to get into it, Infection came. I think in our discussion video talking about Halo Infinite Season 4, I actually mentioned Infection being my favorite game mode. If you guys have seen that a few months back, then obviously you know how I feel about it. It's Infection. It is what it is. It has a little bit of a spin on it. The survivors are just your basic survivors that they've always been ever since, you know, Halo, 3? The new mechanics for the Infected is that, you know, you can become invisible and all that stuff, as I'm sure you guys know by now. But other than that, overall, I liked Infection. I think they did a really good job with it. The little bit of a twist with it was really cool. The Eratus aesthetic on Infected Spartans was pretty cool, and it was story related, but at the same time, Halo Infinite Season 4, which brings me into a negative, did not have a season intro or video or cinematic of any sort, which sucks because I really liked Halo Infinite Season 3's cinematic. I thought 1 and 2 were, you know, terrible, but 3, you know, really did a good job of making it be what it was trying to be in the first 2 seasons. But yeah, unfortunately here we did not get one. I understand if it's a little more demanding, a lot more of a workload to make something like that, so I get it, but I would have liked to have seen kind of a follow-up cutscene. And we'll talk about Halo Infinite Season 5's cutscene as well, or lack thereof. But like I said, in a next video. Anyway, moving forward, Infection was cool. The Battle Pass was pretty sweet. I'll pull it up right here, just kind of scrolling through it. It was hazmat related because obviously Infection. I thought the Spartan Core was okay. And nothing really stood out to me other than the fact that you could put like a gas mask on your character and put like all these tubes on your Spartan, which was cool. The armor effects were really cool, like the leaky seals and the biohazard like trail effects, kind of like the boots I'm wearing right now. You know, it was cool stuff, but overall the Battle Pass was just whatever. It was 100 tiers. You know, about, 25 to 30 of them were kind of just filler tiers, which is whatever. And then the other, 65, 70, whatever it is, were actual, decent content. The helmets this time around, I must say, were better than Halo Infinite Season 3. Halo Infinite Season 3 had some very questionable cosmetic decisions for helmets, so that was a nice change. I didn't really have any complaints with Season 4's armor. I thought they did a pretty good job on it all around, so yeah, good stuff there. Moving forward, we got a few Forge updates, nothing too crazy. I'm not really much of a Forger. I wish I had the time and dedication and drive to actually go in and do it, but unfortunately I'm just not that person anymore. I used to make maps all the time, and Halo Infinite's Forge system is probably the best in the entire franchise. I mean, it is insane. I've gone in there and I've dabbled around with it, but I haven't really made anything, you know, substantial, but good stuff. For the Forgers out there, I can't really give you my opinion on the stuff, but let me know what you thought about all the new additions to Forge in the comments below. Moving forward, we finally got our progression system. My God, have I waited for this thing. Unfortunately, this is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, now I want to grind, because I want to have that little extra, stat on my name, showing my rank off to the other players, hey, I'm a gold rank, I'm a platinum rank. Right now I'm a gold, which is nice. I'm towards the end of gold. We will discuss progression system further when it comes to Season 5, because they did some really, really good additions to it, which I will explain in the next video regarding Season 5. But in the Season 4 state of things, unfortunately, it's like pizza crust, you know, it's tasty and it's nice to have, but it's empty calories. There's nothing that it gives you. There's no season, like, there's no progression rank that actually gives you something. I think the emblem is the only thing you get for reaching hero rank, and then your multiple different ranks. So like gold staff sergeant, gold private, you get individual emblems for those. Granted, nobody's going to wear that kind of stuff, at least I don't think, unless it looks really cool on armor, but I haven't really looked at it, so I haven't really tried it out myself. However, from what I have seen in the previous 2 ranks before gold, it's really nothing to write home about. But overall, double-edged sword, I love it because it's here, it's cool, but it's empty calories. There's nothing that you actually get from it, which I will be changing that opinion come Season 5, but because this is a Season 4 video, I have got to stay strictly to Season 4. And moving forward, we had a really cool Tenrai update. It was Tenrai 2 or something like that. I can't remember what they called it, but it was the returning Tenrai event. It brought in these cool community mode, Japanese-themed Forge maps, which were really cool. Another mode they added was Husky Raid, and I was super pumped that they added Husky Raid. I love it so much. It's just hectic chaos. You get a bunch of cool weapons. I think they even had a special version of Husky Raid where it had campaign weapons. So like the upgraded campaign weapons that you could actually get, you know, in the campaign, which basically insta-kill other people. It was ridiculous. I did not like that. I like Husky Raid being hectic but fair, or at least fair to a certain degree. And the ones that had campaign weapons was absolutely broken from what I recall. Obviously shop updates, I'm not covering that. I don't really try to buy things from the shop, so I'm just not even going to talk about it, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you guys. I will say that the UI got overhauled, so, you know, I guess I appreciate that. They made it a little bit easier to kind of dig around through the game and, you know, look at the shop and the multiplayer, and a bunch of new game modes came, which brings me into my next point. Big Team Battle Heavies. Thank God. This mode, I am still playing this religiously to this day, especially in Season 5, which it is now a staple game mode in the multiplayer game mode list in Season 5, which I absolutely love. So 2 new maps they added was Scar and Forest. As you can tell, I am on Forest right now, and I'm using the background because I think it's very, very good looking. It's just an old school, like Halo 2 style Forerunner, like facility looking map with like a waterfall and a pond, a big tree that's kind of hollowed out for you to run through. It's got like a little cave in it. It's cool. It's a cool map. And then Scar's a great map as well. Had a ton of fun playing it on BTV Heavies. Fantastic map as well. I have no complaints other than the lanes for heavy vehicles like Scorpions, Wraiths. This is a problem Halo Infinite has always had. Unfortunately, these lanes are too tight. They're too small, and they make driving these big vehicles, they make them less aggressive and more stagnant. So you're going to sit around in these bigger vehicles if you just want to live longer. Now, not to say that you've always done that, because you definitely have in Halo's past. However, with the community playlist, which is another playlist I also wanted to mention, it brought in a bunch of Halo 3 maps like Valhalla, The Pit, Rat's Nest, and Last Resort. And due to these maps being in the game, it really just showcased how good Halo Infinite's vehicle combat can be when the lanes aren't too tight, they're more open space, and they give you far more maneuverability to actually do stuff. Unfortunately Scar suffers from that same issue, but the community playlist actually, like I said, it just made the vehicle gameplay such a higher focus, which really just showed off what you can do with Halo Infinite vehicle combat if the maps are made properly. The equipment, the Quantum Translocator is pretty cool. I haven't really been able to figure out the groove of it just quite yet. I've only had like 2 good plays with it, jumping back and forth. It's kind of a tracer ability, but the drawback and the thing that kind of makes it separate from the tracer ability is instead of just rewinding to where you were, you place down the teleport location, then you, let's say, run forward, kill a few enemies, then you teleport back to it. And then when you teleport back to it, you wait for the quick recharge in the bottom right, and then you teleport back to the position. So you can kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth depending on where you came from and where you went. But I do like it. I think it is a really cool addition, and I think it works fairly well because it's basically a portable teleporter. The other new equipment, if you even want to call it that, I don't even remember what they call it because I'll be honest with you, I don't care. It's basically the threat sensor. It ricochets and it only has one use. They updated it in Season 5 where it has 2 uses, but still, the threat sensor is better in every single way. The regen field, that would have actually been a really cool one to add back. Due to just how fast you can die in this game, I think the regen field would have actually been a really good addition, and people would use it more versus the threat seeker, detector, or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Those are my opinions. Anyway, I think that wraps up Halo Infinite Season 4. If you think I missed anything, type in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. But that's going to wrap up my thoughts and opinions. Sorry I haven't made a video in like 2 months, but I'm not going anywhere. It's just a matter of time in which I will be back. But yeah, that's it. That's Halo Infinite Season 4 in a nutshell. Those are my thoughts and opinions. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next one when we discuss Halo Infinite Season 5. Peace out.